Hello, everyone. I've been going over YouTube and Facebook, like I do. I wanted to do kind of an update video and just some thoughts on what I'm dealing with in the 2020s, the brutal 2020s. I mean, the original 20s was the roaring 20s, and these, I think, are the brutal 20s. First of all, I want to thank everyone, family and friends, mostly that are directly in contact with me and leaving comments. I want to thank everyone for their nice comments and everyone's support. It has been life saving in many ways. I wouldn't be able to do this all by myself. And for a lot of people that don't know, yesterday my father I was picked up by hospice, Vitas Hospice in Rockledge. He contacted COVID in the care facility he was in, and his condition has been deteriorating. So hospice came in and took over, and he's going to be staying up there. Knowing my father, he's going to recover just fine and be healthier because of it. But at the moment, it doesn't feel like that. So thank you. I appreciate, even though I'm not commenting a lot, I'm giving hearts so that you can see that I saw it, and I thank you. Part of that, part of this brutal 2020s, with my father going through his end of life stage, I'm also having to sell the house that we've been in for more than 20 years. And in 20 years, a lot of memories can get built up. A lot of what I'm dealing with now are what I kind of call objects of power, or heavy objects for me. Nostalgia has a gravity to it, and this is one of the things I've been kind of having to process. So if you're not interested in the ramblings of an old man going through some shit, this is where you need to click off. Gonna try not to cry or get too teary eyed. I've been doing plenty of that, and I need to not because my eyes hurt, sinuses hurt. But this picture, as you can see, I have a picture up of my granddaughter and my father and a concrete mixer where I was making stepping stones back when I was healthy and still motivated to do stuff, be constructive. But I'm having to go through the house and purge everything. I'm going to be going into a small apartment. I don't need to store garbage because of nostalgia. That's the process I'm kind of going through. One of my favorite objects of nostalgia are the boots that I gave my granddaughter. So I have them here still. I still have them. They are moldy. They are stiff. They're garbage. I was trying to, they will crack and break, and so they're garbage. And they've just been sitting in the garage, up on a shelf. And the problem with it is, even though it's one of my favorite memories, shit. They're heavy. It's heavy. I'm reminded of the idea back in the day when scientists hypothesized that the Earth was floating in an ether, that there was some sort of liquid or something buoyant that held things up that it would take effort to move through, and that's what slowed things down. All of these nostalgia objects feel like they make the ether thicker as I move through them. So it has a weight, they have a gravity, and even though they are good memories, they are objects of power, not objects, in my mind, objects of power and not objects of depression or a negative object. It still weighs you down. I also think about the chains that, what was it, Marley and Marley, the Christmas story where every sin adds another chain to weigh you down. It feels like, it starts to feel when I collect, now that I've collected so many objects of power, the nostalgia is heavy and it's weighing me down, and it feels like I have to get out of the cave. A lot of analogies here, but my arm is stuck, and you know, the guy that had to saw off his own arm. Every time I get rid of one of these things, it feels like I'm having to saw off a limb so I can move on. I have pictures. I'm not losing anything. This picture in particular, my dad was still fairly with it. I was still fairly with it and felt healthy. My granddaughter was awesome, and she loved the boots, and she would just splash around all day. So one of the things I'm having to get rid of and having to process, and part of this video, is I have to get rid of these things because they're heavy, and I need to. This is the 2020s, started the 2020s, but really 2024 is when I'm having to close the book on the first 50 years of my life and try and open a new one. And I need to purge the weight and the nostalgia so that I can move forward, and it doesn't feel good. So I have these boots. Those have to go. Those are going to go in the garbage. I have the memories already. And not only do I have all the memories of the last 20 plus years, I have memories from my previous books or chapters in life. I'm sorry, chapters. This new one is a new book, but this, I was a journeyman painter at Freightliner, and this was the cup gun I used to do touch-ups and specialty designs, and it is old, it is heavy, it is an object of power, and nostalgia, and I've been carrying this for 30 years. Jesus, I'm old. So this is the other thing. This has got to go in the recycling. I don't need this. A lot of memories, but it also reminds me, just a lot of memories, and I can't carry them through the next book. I have pictures. I still have memories. I know what happened. I still have, I've got thousands and thousands of pictures I'll probably never even go through. So this last, as I'm preparing the house for sale and cleaning everything out and processing, this last bit where all of my all of my objects of nostalgia are on the shelf. I'm having to take them down, look at it, process it, and put it down. I have to put this stuff down. I have to let it lay so that I can move forward. And boy, I don't know how many people can relate to that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure that a lot of people going through this people that lose their house, go through medical issues, lose parents. I'm sure that most people go through the same thing, but I just wanted to do a quick update on Dad and what I'm going through, and again say thank you to everybody for their kind words and their support, and peace.